Okay, here I am. I'm at the intersection of Route 1 and Featherstone Road, and I'm going to turn down Featherstone Road because this is the road that you would go down to get to the properties in Featherstone Shore, or Harbor, Heritage Harbor, I believe is another name for that community. So this is what you see as you are coming home. Got a lot of trees. We'll be having, there are some older neighborhoods that we'll go by. There's a 7-Eleven there, and then on the other corner is what they refer to as the 7 Mart. And then over here you've got houses that goes down to Marumsco Acres. This, if you go this direction, you can see the cars there. We have another neighborhood down that direction. So there's neighborhoods all around here. Most of these neighborhoods are older. The neighborhood that we see directly in front of us, where the house with the green shutters, that is actually Marumsco. That is Marumsco Acres. No, that is Marumsco. That's the States. Excuse me. It's what they refer to as the States, because that community. All of the streets in there are states that we know: Alabama, Maryland, Virginia, Kentucky. So that's what they refer to. That neighborhood was referred to as the states. I'm not sure who the builder was, but the houses are about 40-some years old, and that's that. So here we go. We're taking off now, and you can see I'm going to try to flip it back and forth so that you can see pretty much both sides of the street. There's a church right there. Over here on the left-hand side, you see more homes, single-family homes, probably 40, 50 years old. We've got backs up to backyards over here. We're going to get a little further down here, and on the left-hand side, you're going to see townhouses, Willowbrook. Most of those townhouses in there are investment homes. I'm not sure what the ratio of owner-occupant is, but there's quite a lot of investors. So if you look for an investment property, that'd be a great one to have. Now we get down into what's going to be referred to more industrial area, and we've got several warehouses, and you're going to see that they are on both sides of the highway. And flip over here so you can see a little bit over here. Yeah, we've got most of, sorry about that, what we're seeing here are going to be warehouse. And then we go over the railroad tracks, and the houses to the left are older development. This is also the way that we go back to we have Veterans Park, where you can go back to Veterans Park, where they have swimming, a pool, community pool, and whatnot. And then here to the right is the community referred to as Heritage Harbor. Hopefully you can see the sign right there. There you go. So it's referred to as a couple things. Featherstone, that's what this area was known to be prior to. And then they put in this neighborhood, and they referring to Heritage Harbor. So on the left-hand side here is where most of the houses are at the moment. There's a house right there that's for sale that does not back up to the water in any way at all. I'm going to drive all the way down the street because I think the street comes into a T, and I want you to get a feel for the neighborhood. So we'll go straight down here, try to get both sides of the street if I can, get a good idea of what this is like. As you see, as we get a little closer, you can get the feel that we're coming up to the water. And the water is actually just going to be on the opposite side of that house here at the T. I don't know if you can see the water there to the left of the property. I will just barely see it. And I'm going to drive up here just a little bit more so maybe you can get a little bit of a better shot. This property happens to be the lot. that I was coming to look at. So that is going to be the lot. That is the one that's close to $1 million. So we drive back down here, see what's beside it. Definitely have a good view of the water. Houses on both sides. This just turns out into a cul-de-sac here where we've got beautiful homes here in this cul-de-sac. That one there. And again, you can see the water between the houses. Over here. We'll go back down the street here and try to go a little bit slow so I can give you a pretty good view of this lot. The lot you're going to see just beyond where this vehicle is parked. That is the lot right there. You can see the beginning of the fence. See the fence line all the way back there. That is the lot, and as you can see, the water is right there. So this is the lot where your $1 million property would be built. It's my understanding that they were planning on doing a master bedroom on the second level, and it will have a deck up there so you can come out and enjoy your morning coffee. But wonderful view of the lake and of the river, I should say. I guess that's the Potomac. And there is a little buffer between you. You can see from this neighbor here that there is kind of a little buffer. It's a like common property in between, but for all purposes, it looks like you own the entire thing. So we're going to go back down the street here. That's here where the stop sign was, and we're going to drive on down here. This is, I believe, comes into a cul-de-sac. And it looks like we have access right here to, yes, the boat ramp. So you've got access right there to the boat ramp. I mean, you're within walking distance to, where your boat would be docked at. You could walk there whenever you so desire. So that's one of the nice things about this community is the fact that it does have that ability to have your boat actually right here. And most communities don't. You can see somebody's got their, right there in the driveway, they've got their trailer for their boat. And here's somebody else, probably friends, come by, and they're going to put their boat in the water, and they're going to go out and have a great time for today. So let's go back down. The street that we came in on was called Marcel. And we're going to go back down Marcel to Tournai and get a good view of what Tournai is like. So there we go. We just passed another boat. Come back on up here, and pretty much these houses are all pretty much your basic colonial. You've got some with porches, some without porches. The inside I don't know, but your colonials are basically 3 levels. Brick fronts for most of them have brick fronts. They have at least a 2-car garage. Some, like this one here off to the right, has an actual 3-car garage. So that's what you get. And then you've got, see the houses off to the left here. We've actually got a rambler, it appears, here. So there may not be any really strict covenants as far as what you have to build. So here are the lots, or here is the property. There's 2 properties here, and I'm going to just back up and just let you get a good view of both of these properties. They are actually side by side, and there's that one that is actually for sale by Remax Executive, excuse me. And then right beside it is the new home that's for sale. I believe the one that's for sale with Remax is like $735, but both of these houses are right here. And as far as the water is right there. So this is basically right beside the property. So to the right of this property is another house that looks out, and then the water is between the two of those properties there. You don't actually have direct access because that is their property, but you are just walking distance to the boat. So I'm not sure what's important. If it's, water, to be on the water, then the first lot that we looked at would be what you're looking for. If it's just to be in a boating community, this is definitely the community to be in, because that is definitely for sure what you've got. Here's a nice close-up view of the outside of the property. I'm going to go ahead, if I can hold things still, and get out of the car and perhaps maybe walk around so that you can get an idea of what the property looks like outside. And let's just take a quick look while I get out of the car and jumble around here. Again, here's the neighbor. Take a quick look. They're actually inside working, so I don't know. Here's what you back up to. Nice wooded lot. There is a house, an older house that appears off to the right of us here. That is right on the water, lucky them. And then this property, one of the questions you had asked me was, does it walk out? It is just what I thought. It is a walk up, so you're going to be walking up. Here's the back. The builder, or the agent, did say that the builder was considering doing a deck on the back of the property. So I'm not sure if you can, how well you can see that. With me, it's all in the sunshine. So anyway, and then you've got the house right next door, and then this is pretty much your backyard. So another house is that you back up there, but there is a fence. That is probably a different community. Fences down there, and again, circle back around. There's the water. So you could set out in your backyard, your deck, whatever, and definitely enjoy the view of the water, although it is somewhat obstructed. It's still, believe me, a gorgeous view. So I'm going to see if I can maybe zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. There you go. So that's it. I'll give you a call after, take a look, and we'll go from there. Have a great day.